Welcome back to another episode of rating your football manager saves. And if you love this series, then don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you don't already. And if you want to be part of this series, just comment below, I want to be part of this series, and we'll get you onto this series. Now, we've got some great saves on this episode, some very, very good ones, some very original ones, and some very quality achievements going on in these saves as well. At different levels, we've got people that have gone to Honvéd. So, Toma, thanks for sending in your save. I mean, it's if you haven't seen these series before, let's get into how we rate it before we get into rating it. So, we look at the originality of the save, we look at the staff, we look at the transfers, we look at the achievements, we look at so many different touch points in this game to give it a rating, and we always rate them out of 5. And then we give it a rating at the end out of 5 star. I think the highest one we've had is a 4.2 or a 4.3 out of 5. So something to beat there for these saves. Now, in terms of the originality of this save, Budapest Honvéd Football Club, you don't normally see people managing in Hungary unless it's a journeyman type save. So for originality of this save, we've definitely got to go with a solid 4.3 out of 5. Moving on to the staff, and as you know, for me, I love to see being the best coaching, best recruitment, and best medical teams in the league. But you know me, the one thing I don't like to see is that not all slots are filled up. So there's a couple of coaching slots missing. That's probably due to performance analysts as it's there. There's a lot of scouting positions missing as well, and physios. But he does have the best in the league medical recruitment and coaching staff. So I do have to give Tom some credit for that one, but also taking away some credit for not filling out those slots. I'll say it again and I'll keep saying it. Filling out the slots, you get the best coaching. I know he's obviously got great coaching already, but having those slots filled just means your load on your players is going to be light in terms of the coaching. If you've got more physios, then you're going to get slightly better recovery time. Obviously, that's down to a few other factors as well. And then scouting, you can just have more scouts to scout more wonder kids. Who doesn't want more scouts to scout more wonder kids? That's why we play Football Manager, right? So for that reason, I'm going to have to give it a 3.9. Moving on to the tactics, and as you can see, 2 tactic slots are filled out. Again, I love to see 3 tactic slots filled out. He's playing a 4-2-3-1 nap tactic, and then the perfect 4-3-3 as the second tactic. Now, I have no issue with anyone using downloaded tactics. I don't care. Like, play the game how you want to play the game, whether you want to make your own or you want to download tactics and have OP tactics, or you like the style of play that tactic plays. That's why tactics creators like myself and so many others make them for you to download them and enjoy them. So you can't really have a go at someone for that. I know we'll probably get in the comments, make your own tactics, but for me, I don't take that in as a rating factor. I like to see people enjoy the game how they enjoy it. But I do say you have to have 3 tactic slots filled out just because of the AI. I mean, the AI in Hungary won't be as good as what it is in the Premier League, but you do need those 3 tactic slots filled out for those reasons. And I like the tactics. I mean, I like 4-2-3-1s and I like 4-4-3s. I am a bit of a sucker for asymmetrical tactics this year, but I've got to take away my own asymmetrical bias. And I'm going to give it a solid 4. Solid 4. The transfers is always my favourite part. I love to see people wheeling and dealing. I love to see the money they've paid for players, looking at some of the new gens that they've got or players that they've got to the football club that are just so unexpected. This is my favourite part of rating people's saves. This is the part I am personally most interested in my humble opinion. 23-24 season, a lot of free transfers in, 1.4k out, so a little bit of transfer profit there, but a bit negligible. Second season, £1.1 million worth of transfers spent, and it's spent wisely. As you can see, you've got some players in there, a lot more free transfers. Connor Coventry being one that comes to mind for me. He's a very good player. Ben Woodburn's there as well. There's some very good players on a free transfer for the Hungarian league, and he sold £2.9 million worth of players. He also brought Connor Coventry in that season and sold him for £2.5 million. So what a turnaround that is. I mean, he probably 6 months at the club, then he's out. Like, what a transfer. What a transfer. Unbelievable transfer there. In the 25-26 season, again, £13 million of transfer fees spent and £4 million of transfer out. So really building his club at this point, bringing in players like Leandro Mamut from Gimnasia was the big one. Let's take a look at him. Obviously, he's gone to Augsburg. We'll see that later on, but looks a very good player. Never had him before. Maybe one player that I look at for a save series in the future as well. 26-27 season is where the big money starting to get spent on players. Spending big money, but not really spending it on one player. He's obviously going to build his squad at this stage as well, which is very interesting to see. I'm sure there'll probably be add-ons in all of these fees as well, because these are a lot of players for a lot of money for the Hungarian league. 27 season, £92 million spent and £30 million out is an insane amount of money for the Hungarian league. I don't think the Hungarian league has ever spent that sort of money before, but big signings are Amir Ali from Zamalek. Takes up all of the money there. Is a new gen winger. He's very, very good. Probably overpaid a little bit, but look at them attributes. He's like the new Mo Salah. You can't blame him for spending money on the new Mo Salah. I mean, I would do it. £109 million the next season with £73 million out. Is a big, big, big window. Big window. Huge amount of players coming in. A lot of new gens, as you can see, from South America there. Damsgaard came in from Ajax. That's a big signing. Damsgaard. Iratrube as well is a decent player to have in the squad. And as you can see, yeah, sold Mammoth. Sold Alexis Dorate to Saudi Arabia. Who doesn't love selling players to Saudi as well? And then a transfer recuperation window is what I want to call it. 43 million out, 33 million in. Obviously, a couple of seasons of big investments needed probably to pull back and bring some money back into the football club. So it makes absolute sense there. Then in the last season that he's in now, spent 103 mil and got 81 million pounds of transfer value out. Wow, that is insane. As you can see, a lot of new gens. We love to see these new gens. Let's check out the bid. Let's check out this one from Thailand. I mean, I don't normally see new gens from Thailand. A centre half from Thailand looks very, very good. I have to say, I love a new gen from a different place, and he's got some great ones on this save. Claudio Echeverri comes in as well, a player that everyone loves on Football Manager. What a baller he is. What a signing that is as well for Honvéd in the Hungarian league. Unbelievable signing. I have to honestly give this transfer windows. I know there's a lot of money in, a lot of money out, but it's a solid 4.5. With all that money spent and those players out, I mean, would you expect to see anything less than domestic domination from Honvéd? Winning the league almost every single season since he's been there is unbelievable. The same with the Hungarian Cup as well. He's just far too good for this Hungarian division. He also won the Hungarian second division in 2024 as well, which is unbelievable as well. It's insane. I really love to see that progress in a save like this coming up through the Hungarian second division into the Hungarian Premier, and then ultimately winning the Champions League after finishing runners-up in 2030. He won it in 2031. I haven't seen that done with a Hungarian club before. That is unbelievable. What an achievement that is, to win the Champions League with a Hungarian football club. You just don't see it happening often. You just don't. The mighty Magyars will be absolutely chuffed with that. That is bringing back the good old days of Hungarian football there. I mean, for those achievements there, I'm going to have to give it a solid 4.5 again. Overall, that gives the score of this save a solid 4.24 out of 5. One of the highest ones we've ever had on this channel. And if you think you can beat it, send me your saves and we'll see if you actually can. Now let's get on to the next save in this video. Next up, we have a save sent in by Jacob, who has been at a couple of clubs in this save. He started off his save at Manchester City and is now currently at Bayern Munich. It looks like he's trying to win all the big trophies in the big league, probably going after that Glory Hunter challenge or that kind of Pentagon base challenge that you see quite often. I would say it's probably more a Glory Hunter type save because he's trying to win the big leagues, Champions Leagues, all that sort of stuff there. So for the originality of the save, you see a lot of people doing these Glory Hunter type saves, being the big teams, winning the big trophies. It's not the most original of save, but I actually like it as a save and as a challenge in itself. I think it's got a lot to offer. And it's a very entertaining challenge, to be honest. And I know he's been the big teams in Man City and in Bayern Munich, and you'll probably kill me in the comments below. But I'm going to be kind here. I'm going to give it a 3.8. The staff currently at Bayern Munich is something that he needs to work on. He has just joined the club, so we do have to consider that in the rating system here. It's not fair. He has just come into the save, only 7 games into the season, so he's obviously had a lot to sort out in terms of transfers, all that sort of stuff there with Bayern. So we're going to give him time to sort out all of these slots. As you know, like I said, I like to see all the slots filled, as we just previously said in this video. But I'm going to give him a little bit of leeway because he is new into the club, and I'm sure it's something he's going to sort out. He's got the best the best medical, and pretty much the best coaching in the Bundesliga as well. Needs to work on the scouting. I'm sure he'll do that. But given that he's just joined the club and given that it's in a good state and he's kept it in a good state, I'm going to give him a solid 3.9. Moving on to the tactics section now, and only one tactic slot is filled out. It is a 4-2-3-1, and you know me, I love to see 4-2-3-1s. It is my sort of OG type tactic that I love to play, but it's a shame that not all the tactic slots are filled out. However, obviously he has just joined the club, as we mentioned, so we give him a little bit of leeway in that situation there. Again, 4-2-3-1 is very OP this year. I do prefer asymmetrical tactics, but I have to take out my own biases, as I've mentioned already. It's got to be let's just be honest. Let's just give it a 4. Having only just joined Bayern Munich, he has spent an unbelievable amount of money. Obviously, Bayern Munich got a hell of money there. He spent £625 million on players, and he's gone for big players. He bought a lot of players from his former club, Manchester City. He bought Endrick, Trent Alexander-Arnold came in from Liverpool, Gabriel Moscardo, Dennis Seaman, Leonardo, Barco, Chris Rigg from Man City as well. He's obviously loved those players he had at Man City and one of them at Bayern. I mean, it's something we all do, lads. Let's be perfectly honest. We all do this. I love to do this. Antonio Silva, chef's kiss, best centre-back on the game, in my humble opinion. And obviously sold Harry Kane for 105 million to Al Hilal. Sold Ederson to Newcastle as well. Benjamin Henrichs went out to Juventus. Serge Gnabry went to the Middle East as well. And there, that was the big players in, the big players out. I mean, Endrick obviously is an OG on Football Manager, plays across the front line and is an unbelievable baller. So you can't really ask for much more, to be honest with you. What a signing that is. Gabriel Moscardo came in from Manchester City as well. He's a big baller. Plays in the DM role. Obviously, he loved him at Man City, like I said, so he had to bring him in. And I don't blame him. That's a quality signing, in my humble opinion. He's made some quality signings, some big signings in, big signings out. He's going to do big things with Bayern Munich. As you'll see in the achievements with Man City and with Bayern Munich, he's already started off very well. So for this transfer window, for spending huge money, it's a solid 4.3. For his achievements, we're going to do a little bit different than what we've done in the videos previously. We're going to look at his manager's timeline, because he was at Manchester City and then moved to Bayern Munich. So let's take a look at the major trophies that he's won and the major awards. He's won the Community Shield, the Super Cup, the Club World Cup, Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues. Again, with the Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues, the Carabao Cup in the 25-26 season. He literally won everything with Manchester City. He absolutely dominated English football, just like Pep Guardiola has been. So that is unbelievable. Love that. Absolute dominance. Obviously, he got a big opportunity to go to Bayern Munich, and in his first season won the German Super Cup. And as I mentioned, he is only 7 games into his Bayern Munich career. So winning a trophy, obviously the German Super Cup is a big trophy in Germany to win, one to get under your belt, particularly after all the success that he's had in England. I mean, look, Champions League 2026, 2025. He's won 2024 Champions Leagues, like Premier Leagues, Club World Cups. He's won every trophy available to him. Obviously, he didn't win the Carabao Cup all the time, but it is the Carabao Cup. He at least did win it once. I mean, come on, lads. You can't argue with that. It's been an unbelievable trophy reign. He's collecting trophies like they are Pokemon. So for the achievements in this save, I don't think he could have done anything more than he's actually done. So I'm going to have to give him a 4.7. And that gives him a solid 4.28 out of 5, which is now the highest score. I gave it the highest score because I felt like it was a very good save, an unbelievable save in terms of what he's doing and at the level of Football Manager that he's playing as well. I love this save. I think he's done some great things. Let's now, argue with me in the comments. The Honvéd save was also very good for different reasons. I love that save for winning the Champions League. I mean, I'm sure he'll go on to win more and more Champions League. So yeah, I mean, I love these ratings videos. If you want to be a part of it, comment below and I'll see you on the next one.